Hello and welcome to another Sketchbook Club. This week we'll be creating a much requested for module. We're going to be painting a gorgeous potting shed with macrame hanging baskets and lots of little seedlings. So you'll need an HB pencil, a rubber, a set of gouache paints, a size 1 and 6 paintbrush, an A4 brown envelope or brown paper, a pair of scissors and some double-sided sticky tape. And optionally, you might like to use your white gel pen. So, the first thing to do is to print out your reference sheet and instructions. The reference here is absolutely vital. It's all about copying the plants and the pot shapes that you like. First things first, cut your potting table strip out of your brown paper. Next, mix a nice mid-brown and paint a strip along the bottom of your paper. This will make the table look really three-dimensional when you stick it down. Then cut 5 little snips in the paper to create your 4 table legs and paint a little strip of brown down the side of each piece. Finally, cut the corners of these painted areas. This is just to make the table look really 3D. And then cut out your legs. Stick the top of the table down with double-sided tape and then slip in the legs and stick these down before securing the lower section of the table. Now you're ready to draw in your pots and plants, looking carefully at the reference. You might like to use the transfer method as per the instructions for the watering can and wheelbarrow images, as these are quite difficult to draw freehand. When you are ready to add colour, start with all the pots and baskets, making sure that the terracottas and the browns and reds, etc., they're all slightly different. Paint in any soil too, so you can add the seedlings or plants later when the paint's dry. Next, you're going to mix a lovely palette of greens. Try to use yellows, blues, browns and white to create all the different shades. Start to add all the leaves, the shoots, the cacti, flowers, whatever takes your fancy. Choose the plants that you're really drawn to on the reference sheet. Work with quite watery gouache paint, as thick paint is quite difficult to create tiny thin lines with. My tip, if you want to paint really fine detail, is that the tip of your brush must look pointy, if that makes sense, and have wet paint on it. If the end is rounded, thin lines will be really hard to create. Have a practice first if you're nervous. It really is about brush control and not working with paint that is too dry. You really cannot overwork this one. You might like to add patterns on some of the pots or some little seed packets scattered around, or some gardening gloves, rakes and spades. Just get lost in the process and enjoy adding all the little leaves and the ferns and the tiny shoots. It's so relaxing to do. Finally, using either white paint or white gel pen, add in the macrame string and any highlights. This, for me, is always the real icing on the cake. If you haven't got one already, I would really recommend a white gel pen. They're so addictive to use. This module does look amazing in a frame if you wanted to do this on a sheet of A3 paper instead. However, it does make a truly stunning sketchbook page. I think it's one of my favourites. Please don't forget to use the hashtag Sketchbook Club Potting Shed so we can all share your beautiful paintings and I can put my favourites on Instagram. I hope you loved this one as much as we did. I can't wait to see them all. See you at the next Sketchbook Club.